The title is Q Confirms Berries Extraction and Great Awakening each or every 80 years, according to history. And then, of course, Dan Scavino, he posted this beautiful John Naughton painting. And I'll get to this in a minute here because there's some hidden messages behind this. Oh, man. Now, a little bit of squirrel news. Yesterday, YouTube blocked my video for a bit yesterday. I noticed last night it was back up, but the little varmints did block it. So I promised on Telegram I'd share a little bit more about Google LLC. Oh, my God. Google LLC/YouTube. Many of you know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. I can't say anything else, but that's it. Okay, so the Secretary of State for California, they have these filings, right? On January 29th of last year, there is this filing, Google LLC. I gotta just share this with you. And it has their number and where their original place of incorporation, well, allegedly in Delaware. And then it shows because it's an LLC, they have managers or members, right? So the manager is David Dwayne Anthony Gold, right? First he puts this address down, and he's in Australia, says he's in Australia. And then he does another filing. I don't know why they left this filing up. He does this, so service of process is David Gold, blah, blah, Bel Air Road, Los Angeles. And the type of business is an internet service, right? You with me on this? Okay, check this out. Check out the bottom, how he signs it. David Dwayne Anthony Gold, criminal. The title says criminal. Oh my gosh. What in tarnation is that? Oh my goodness. That's crazy. I had to show that, and because it is on the California Business Records. So it's on the Secretary of State, California Business Records. It's the one that's dated right here. And that's where they have that document. See it? Right there, criminal. Oh my gosh. And then Piers Morgan, I reported this yesterday. It was under Squirrel News yesterday. So he quits. He just walks out, blah, blah, blah. It was all a big, skit, whatever it was. And then at Real Exanon shared this. Hello, Piers. You have pedo buddies. He's got Branson, Maxwell, Weinstein. So I wonder if that was his, he had to have a little hissy fit, walk out of his job, actually to walk into what he has, his new destination. I'm just asking, just throwing that out there. Wanted to show that. So that's the end of Squirrel News. Okay, so now the other part is Trump is still right. Cuomo needs to go, and Ted Wheeler, suddenly he needs police help, right? So Breaking 911 says dozens of Democrat congressional members, including NONADS, AOC, they call for Cuomo to resign. And he has a presser today at 1 p.m. News is the only one of, and Newsmax probably has another one up. Gosh, and then Doug Powers posted this. Cuomo ending his telephone presser. Oh my gosh. How true is that? Alex Salvi posted CNN and MSNBC didn't air Cuomo's presser. Gee, I wonder why. And then S.E. Cup posted Cuomo ends presser saying, I've not had sexual relationship that was inappropriate, period. And Bard and Bougie posted, quote from Cuomo's presser right now, I won't speculate as to people's motives. There are often many motivations for making an allegation. Oh my gosh, that's just such a political weasel answer response. Chuck Calesto posted 30 state Democrats, all Republicans are demanding an impeachment inquiry. Edward McCarthy asked a good question. Where's the vice president? Well, meaning the faux vice president, Kamala, and supporting the 7 female victims of Andrew Cuomo. Yeah, and where's the Me Too movement, right? Where'd they go? They just kind of vanished like vapor. Yeah, it looks like Fredo's brother, Andy, is going to be spending a lot of time in here. And then in Portland, Ted Wheeler requested the city officials to approve the $2 million in funding to bring back police patrols following a large spike in crime rates. No, duh. My gosh, you did nothing when there were riots, when there were bad things going on, not just looting, but it was horrible what was going on. And you did nothing, Wheeler. Oh gosh, I can't, that liberal mindset was just hurting people. They weren't helping at all. So Trump is right again. Now, last night when I was reading, and it just finally hit me, Q confirms berry extraction. So I do need to make a correction. I showed a video dated, it was from a video about Loser Barry and Big Mike leaving and going inside of vans and leaving, and I said this is what appears to be the arrest. Well, this is actually, the arrest did happen in 2017, or the extraction happened in 2017, but it actually was a little bit bigger. So my apologies for that, guys. It eventually did happen. But it makes me wonder if that was Big Mike's arrest, right? Again, because I couldn't find anything, but I'm not there yet in finding anything about Big Mike. So it makes me wonder if that was Big Mike's arrest. So Q confirms Barry's extraction, guys. Get your popcorn. This was big. I may have to do 2 shows because this is really big. So I like to go on QAnon.pub because it has answers. And sometimes when I was reading posts like this, so there were 4 Q post that confirms the extraction of Loser Barry. Now, what was interesting, well, I'll get to this in a second about the Atlanta airport lights out. Now, I like to go on QAnon.pub because it has the answers. I'm going to just go ahead and put this side by side like this. Can you see that? Actually, let me enlarge this. So these are kind of codes for the military, and they kind of explain that what it is, the codes are, all right? I kind of want to just dive right into this as a flash break. I'm going to go side by side because what Q does in the earlier Q posts is that they did help us out and give us a lot of answers. So it says, shall we play a game? All right. Map is critical to understand. Future unlocks past. D-Class Atlanta past. Now, this is kind of, I'm going to go here and walk you through what happened. News unlocks map because there was some news about Atlanta. Find the markers 10 and 10, 12-7 to 12-17, Concourse F, Terminal 5. These are specific because they knew that the enemies were also looking and lurking the Q board. They were actually on 8-Kun at that time. Now it's on 4-Kun. They were lurking there, so they had to kind of throw some distractions out there. But they didn't have this. So this is where the quote used in movie War Games, Atlanta shut down, is in the news. I'll get to that in a minute. 10, right here, see 10? 10 equals Barack Obama, 10 days, all right? Atlanta, 10, right here, 10 days, 12-7 to 12-17. Atlanta Airport, so there's a link right there. And then the Atlanta Airport, the Concourse 5, Concourse F, Terminal 5, private operated plane op. Barack Obama extracted and flown to Virginia, but they were saying that this particular terminal is used for international flights. So the plane question is 4X ICB, a cargo plane that arrived in Atlanta from Mexico City at 1 p.m., just literally minutes before the alleged power problems began to make the airport go dark. The cargo plane in question is owned by Cal Cargo Airlines, a Jewish-owned company based out of Israel who specializes in the transportation of non-standard cargo, such as live animals and dangerous goods. Dangerous goods. The company's leadership also has clear connections to the Israel government. This includes its vice chair, Muli Ravini, who previously served as the assistant to the director general of the Ministry of Finance in Israel. The same company and type of plane also took off at 6:27 p.m. from Atlanta and flew to Belgium, 30 minutes from The Hague. Then Q points up, incorrect. The Israel cargo plane is disinformation. The plane in question is DPJ-47, a Delta private jet that departed Atlanta at 6:50 and it arrived at IAD or Virginia at 8:04 p.m. Cargo planes were not as affected by the outage as passenger planes. Private operated plane does not mean a cargo airline. It means chartered private flights for hire. What's interesting about this flight right here, this one, the flight time was 1 hour and 14 minutes right here from 6:50 to 8:04, and it normally takes 1 hour and 45 to 2 hours. So this plane is fast, right, is what Q is telling us. Successful extraction at Atlanta. Barack Obama extracted. Okay, so this is where we get into here. Extraction known. All right, now I'll get to, there's a couple more Q posts that will give you a little bit. You'll be doing the happy dance. Barack Obama. So then it says darkness, right? Dark is Barack Obama has dark skin. The Atlanta airport went dark due to a power outage. Let me show you this headline. I like to use their own articles against them. This is a CNN headline. Thousands trying to get out of Atlanta after lights went out at Hartsfield Airport. And this was on December 18th of 2017. Darkness. All right. So the darkness, the Atlanta airport went dark. Dark is an adjective which describes something such as evil being a dark power outages at Atlanta. Darkness is a noun meaning devoid of light, such as the airport being in darkness. Dark used two ways above. So they want to kind of explain this right here. Learn the double meanings is what Q says. Shutdown. Now they're talking about here. Q POTUS 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this is from the governor of South Dakota. She's just a true diehard Trump supporter, Republican, stands for the Constitution, and they posted a tweet from hers, and then it says Barack Obama plans shut down. Electricity in the airport was shut down. Now I'm going to go read a little bit further because I'm wondering if what he tried to do, it got intercepted. POTUS retweet. So he's talking about 1 is 41 equals 41 Bush, 2 equals Clinton 42, 3 J.W. Bush Jr., 44, of course, is Barack Obama, and that's also 10 in brackets, and 45 is President Trump. POTUS retweeted the word special place. Check this out. So special places in this Q post. He retweeted the word special place. What I did is I went on this archive. So if you just take this, highlight that, copy this, and then drop it, it comes up to this. Wonderful weekend at Camp David, a very special place. A lot of important work done heading back to the White House now. Again, our president cannot post things. He cannot say, we extracted Barack Obama. It would create civil unrest. He had to do little codes right here. But it tied in with that Q post, right? Special place was also something that Q posted about a special place for George Soros. Really special. Then, Soros is even targeted here, guys. Harry, or Q338, December 13th, special Q. Then an anon posted, Q reposted it, Q339. We have a very special place picked up for George Soros, really special. Q has asked about ownership of the voting machines before. They knew George Soros was going to mess with the numbers. This was the plan, a very special place. What would be the penalty for stealing elections, right? So tied in with the special place again, learning the comms of Q. Why are drops highlighted by POTUS shortly thereafter? 2 consecutive posts, and he was talking about a very special place. And then he posted great reawakening stated by POTUS at the National Security Speech on December 18th. Reawakening. I'm going to get to that in a minute. It goes back to my headline about 80 years. Classified operation at Washington Dulles Airport, which is in Virginia. This may be referring to, and again, there were a couple of operations going on today or that day, referring to Charles de Gaulle Airport in Terminal 2. So flights to and from there are from Virginia and Atlanta. Classified operation Virginia future may represent a flight between DC and Paris. All right, so they're just throwing a bunch of hints, and it's for up to us to go dig. Then it says splash, and then this ties into the next Q post, mission success. This is great. All right, now we look at this Q post, right? So let's take a look at Q366. Splash, missile time of flight is expired or missile destroyed, target or bomb impact. Fox 3 simulated actual launch of active radar guided missile. This is so I don't know if this was Barry's plan or if it was I don't know if he's smart enough to do something like this, or if it's the dark deep state cabal's plan. But it looks like there was this is a big post right here, Q365, because it's telling me you decide that there were big operations going on in this post. Then we go to Q367. Give us a hint. An anon's asking Q. Give us a hint at the Atlanta airport. Extraction good. You're going to love this one, guys. Get ready to put your dancing shoes on, guys. All right. Give us a hint at the Atlanta airport. Extraction target was successfully taken into custody. Woo! Whoo! Yeah! Oh, yes. It'll go, Sammy. Uh-huh. Go, Q team. Uh-huh. Man, Q team rocked it. Rocked it. Our boss, man, he just didn't waste any time. Here it is back in 2017. And then Q379. An Anon asks Q, ops a success last night? Again, and Q writes, Roger that, Q. Oh my gosh, guys. So, okay, if that gives you any kind of confirmation, hopefully now you can say, okay, we're not going to see him get arrested or anything like that. This was the closest to it. Why did I miss this? I just totally missed this. So here's the collection of all the Q posts. Go on QAnon.pub if you want to go ahead and dig a little on your own here. Now, and then reviewing the answers is shared in the broadcast. Then, in this same kind of Q messaging, Q278, again, December 2017 was a big month for President Trump, white hats, Q, military, because they were sharing a lot of stuff. It said, HRC tried to cut a deal today. We said no. Oh my gosh. And then 1 day later, she tries again. And check this out. She wanted to go ahead and rat out her friends. Pictures unlocked deal presented that was declined. Puppets going wild. Check this out. So there's the post. There's the answer. HRC was going to rat on all the people in the pictures, because I guess there were some pictures that we're showing here. But the deal was declined. Enough evidence already exists to convict them. So they don't need her. Plus, patriotic Americans need to see justice as it is supposed to work. POTUS campaign on lock her up, and he is keeping his word. Once disconnected from their owners, puppets are casting about trying to save themselves. Some are also lashing out. So that's where the puppets are going wild. Again, see now, so when you look at a Q post, we can't look at for face value. There's something deeper, something bigger, another message in that. I'm actually having a lot of fun reading these Q posts because some of this went over my head, and I think at this point I went on a different site to go read Q posts. I stopped looking at QAnon.pub, and I should have stayed here because there's a lot of great answers in here. So are you seeing the timelines we went through this week? Rothschild targeted in November 2017, according to Q, December 6th through 7th, 2017. Their puppet, HRC, tries to cut a deal, and it was rejected, denied, no more, And December 18th, 2017, Barry, another puppet, is extracted. And the word extracted, yes, he got arrested, but I just wanted to kind of emphasize what was the scene there? Past tense, extracted. Remove, take out, especially by effort or force. Man, I would have loved to have seen them just kind of do this to Barry. Man, I wonder if this is what happened when he got extracted. Poof! Yeah, I've been reading a little bit more about what Barry Gate and loser Barry Obama Gate, and boy, it is, and our Angel Anon did say it's a lot deeper and wider than we can even imagine, and I'm just scratching the surface on some of the just horrid things that he did. And then we have Dan Scavino posting again. This is what he posted. President Trump painting posted by Dan Scavino. This is the painting it's painted by John Naughton, the artist. John Naughton sells his artwork, and you can purchase it on his shop. It's beautiful, beautiful stuff. And if you notice something, where he is located, it's a church, right? And you've got President Trump. And for Dan Scavino to post this, now, okay, Dan, I did do a little edit to this. Sorry, I'm going to just have to do it. I'm going to have to share this. I just had to, because you know our boss man. I know you're all dancing right now. Of course you're dancing. So this is posted from Mar-a-Lago at 7:49 a.m. today. We know John Durham went to the Vatican twice to raid the financial records at the Vatican. Again, I'm bringing this up because that painting is in a church, and it was brought to my attention by Susie Odom, my Anon here friend. And imagine all the dirty money laundered through them. Now, Q's second to the last post that from Q was Durham. Q. That was it. Nothing else. So interesting, the background of this church, because it is a church. It looks just like this, right? A Catholic church. This is a Catholic church. And Susie Odom shared this. The Viking church in Dublin is closed. Viking! Who? Okay, it's a Viking church. Just kind of throwing that out there, guys. It's closed. You can't. They have it open for tourists, and they're saying it's closed. But look how that looks like, right? Again, are they going to, right here, there's the church. Are they going to expose the Vatican? Is that next? with that. That's huge, right? That's huge. And the Vatican was raided twice. John Durham and his team, they raided for financial records. They returned back and said, we have 8 criminal investigations. They went back to the Vatican. This was in 2019. And then early in 2020, they went back to the Vatican and did another second raid. Who has the right to go in and raid a sovereign city? President Trump did, or I should say, what leader Trump did, right? However, there were assets made, and so they got arrested, and then there was an arrest actually made for the London real estate deal, and then now we're also seeing a lot of news about pedophilia crimes from those that cardinals, bishops, right? I'm wondering if the Pope is the really big news here. So here's the article. It's a Reuters article, October 1st, 2019. Vatican police raid top offices in financial investigation. So you can click on that to get that article. And then following that, Vatican arrests Italian in investigation of London real estate deal. There was some kind of $150 million real estate deal in the city that was something that had to do with the city of London, which is not a part of England, guys. The Vatican City is not a part of the Vatican, not a part of Italy. D.C. is not a part, is a completely separate entity. It's not a part of the United States of America, right? How interesting is that? Then here's the Vatican police carry out a new raid over suspected corruption. And that was, let's see, just days after the arrest. So they were moving pretty quickly, but that was all John Durham that did that. So today, get this, the Vatican is so broke they can't even pay attention. Look at this. Vatican low on reserves to cover deficits, seeking donations. Oh my gosh, who would want to donate to the Vatican? No, seriously, who would? Knowing what we know now, whoa, who would, right? But who would want to donate to them? They are broke. How many others are broke that we're going to start seeing the news on? But this is where I wanted to go back to when President Trump, he mentions the Great Awakening. History proves the Great Awakening is every 80 years, and this was a Q Post 310, and this is really a strong Q Post. So this is a Q Post that says justice. President Trump had his speech in Pensacola, a rally, and what he mentioned is the U.S. military providing justice throughout the world. Now, I'm going to stop right here. Before I started to talk about NESARA, GESARA, Trump-SARA, the Republic America, knowing that we were a USA corporation, it's only been 1 year. So I did not really see any of this or hear what he was saying, thinking of GESARA. All right, and now we can go back and reread Q posting, and you're like, whoa, that had like GESARA written all over it, right? U.S. military providing justice throughout the world. And so Anons on there were saying that's kind of weird. I was reading some other posts in there. So this is what Q wrote. Oh, and then he was saying, I hope it's just not some standard neocon justification to be the world's policeman. Then Q answered, what has been said about the U.S. military? The speech today verified and locked so much. Expand your thinking, reread crumbs, re-listen to yesterday's speech, connect the markers, news in all forms, unlocks the map. Unlocks the Q map, guys. Expand your thinking, the Great Awakening. This is where I just was like in tears, okay? So he was talking about in his speech with the military providing justice throughout the world. This is how I wanted to share with you. The Great Awakening, it occurs at the beginning of an 80-year cycle. We're entering this period now. Remind you, this is in 2017. So us back then, we were like, oh, when's it happening? When's it happening? Right? And we were probably looking at these dates saying, it's just not happening. It does nothing connected, right? No, because it's supposed to be this year. All right. So it's time when a society, now this is how, oh gosh, 40 years of mind-numbing group think to enter into a period of individual thought and collaboration. This is the time when liberty and freedom are rediscovered and scientific discoveries occur at a faster pace. Also, it's preceded by catastrophic war. In 1776, the Declaration of Independence was sent to King George. In 1780, the American Revolution. In 1860, Abraham Lincoln was elected president. In 1940, okay, so this is 81 years here, World War II. What happens 80 years apart from that is 2021, guys. Oh my, all 80 years apart, all caused by an oppressor of some kind. King George monarchy, Southern Democrat slave owners, the Marxist-based hegemony. This is also subject of the book of the book, The Fourth Turning by William Strauss. Gosh, so it's this year, right? There's so many Q posts that make headlines, yet the fake news refuses to show those proofs. They want us to look like we're some crazy conspiracy theorists when we're not. We are in, one day they're going to say, the QAnons, they were sages. They knew, they had a crystal ball, whatever they're going to say. It's like, no, we just had Q posts. Now, I want to go back to Dan Scavino's tweet timestamp, all right, the 7:49, because this is going to tie in with what may come. Again, this is my decode. You decide, all right? 7:49 military time, Q749. This is Q749. Controlling the crops controls the people. Sheep might be reaching, but throwing it out there. That's an anon that wrote that. Q replies with, coincidence. The Matrix movie grew people as a crop, used for energy and controlled their mind. Sound familiar? Wonder where they derive that idea from. Right? Now comes the conspiracy label, because all the truth will start coming out, guys. Deeper we go, the more unrealistic it all becomes. The end won't be for everyone. That choice to know will be yours. All right, so this is where Q really wants you to think on your own. And remember, guys, we had mentioned this before. I got our surfing Einsteins right out there. We will no longer have that label once everything is proven real. And they are, little by little. The conspiracy label is knocking off, and we're just gonna have like Einstein was labeled a conspiracy theorist until all his theories became real. This will be you, guys. It will definitely be you, and it will be all of us and the QAnon movement, right? So I'm just sharing this with you because I just was very, very excited to see all that was going on and how it all tied in with Q posts. Have a beautiful weekend. I may have a show tomorrow because tomorrow marks the 1 year mark of President Trump's national emergency, when he called for national emergency. And it was also the 1 year mark when the banksters got invited to the White House, and I might want to have a little fun with that. So I may have a broadcast tomorrow. I just have a lot of work to do with some stuff going on behind the scenes. But thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you for inviting me and Sammy into your homes.